Hey, what is going on, everybody? You already know it's Wednesday. It is 9:30 prime time. My name is Paul Spencer. Of course, I got my main boy here. What's his name here? What is his name?
Cowboy Dave right here, baby.
Dick Cowboy Dave in the house. You already know. 215 boys are in the house. It's 9:30. It's prime time. And it's time to talk some Dallas Cowboy football, brother.
We get to talk Cowboy football? Wow, I'm excited.
Yeah, there's networks out there that let you talk about anything, and man, out of the box, you can talk Dallas, Philly, anything you want, West Coast, North, East, South. We got you all covered here. So, Dave, let's get into this, man. Let's get into
Hey,
this topics here. But Dave, real quick, we have a loyal viewer that always checks in here, and she has. I'm just going to call her by one word, and Dave, this is always directed to you. So
I know who this is.
there you go.
It's got to be Linda.
Yes. Linda, thanks for tuning in. How we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in there. Appreciate you. I don't know if you've seen any movies lately, Linda. Let me know because coming in August, late August, we actually have a new show. We're talking about lights, camera, action. It's going to be a show that goes on with two hosts constantly every week. We'll do it weekly, but bi-weekly, we're going to have the guest pick a movie for the host to watch, and we're going to talk about that movie. And if the guest wants to hop on, hey, they're more than welcome to.
Hey. If it's an 80s movie, I'll hop on. Who knows?
Hey, 80s, man. That's when the movies. That's when the movies were good, Dave.
I love 80s movies. I'm all over that.
Dave, I'll tell you what. A couple nights ago, I think I put it on Facebook. I was sitting there, I couldn't sleep, and I went downstairs and I watched. Remember the old Fat Boys? That rap.
Of course.
Okay, did you ever see the movie Disorderlies?
I did not, but I've heard a lot about it.
Oh my God, I was so funny. Like I watched that movie from beginning to end. I was like dancing, singing his songs. Chelsea came down and she's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Well, shouldn't you be in bed at 3:00 in the morning?" She's like, "What is this? Three fat guys?" And I'm like, "This is the Fat Boys." And I'm like,
the Fat Boys are back.
Exactly. That is a classic right there.
Classic.
They don't make movies like that anymore.
They do not. Nope, not anymore.
Dave, you know how we are here at Out of the Box. We're all family here, and when one show comes on, we always check in. Dave, I think I have your co-host on Tuesday night checking in with us.
Really, Mr. Sully himself?
Yes, Mr. Joe Sullivan, host of the co-host and of the Extra Innings show. You can find last night Extra Innings every Tuesday at 8:30 there. And also Sully Squad, one of the biggest free agent acquisitions in the world, and we have him. I'm glad to have him here. Man, it's so good.
I'd say that Sully Squad is really kicking butt there. They're doing really well.
They're awesome. Every one of them. Diego.
Check them out Monday night, 6:00. They're hot. I'm telling you.
Exactly. There we go. We have it all here, guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Linda says, laughing my ass off, I'll give you a 20-page list. Oh, geez, I spoke to the wrong one. I know. Linda is the movie girl. I'm telling you, we had her on the show before. And my God, before we get into Cowboys football here, you ever watch Stranger Things?
No, but
okay.
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay. I never watched it. I've watched the first episode, and I'm like, why is everybody watching this junk? I can't watch this. So then we had Linda on the show. We were talking about, some movies and stuff like that. And she's like, you got to get into Stranger Things. Just get through the first 2 episodes, and you'll be okay. Now, there was 4 seasons out at the time, Dave. I think I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm like, you know what? Okay. It's starting to get okay here. But
okay.
The next 4 days, I binge watched season 1, 2, 3, and 4.
There you go.
So, yeah, exactly. Joe says a movie show will be awesome. Of course, Joe, you got to let me know what movie, you want to hop on and talk about. It's always welcome to anybody who wants to hop on. Joe says, I just watched one of the guys a few weeks back, 80s classics. I love 80s movies, man. It's so funny. It's so funny when you watch a movie now, Dave. We all know, the IMAX, everything that we watch,
Hey,
and then you go back and watch it.
Anything 80s, I am in. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't. Breakfast Club, Back to the Future, anything. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm in.
I'll tell you one of the movies.
Weird Science, anything. I'm in.
Oh, Dave, you're talking about classics, man. You're talking classics. God, we're gonna have an 80s. We're gonna have an 80s week once a month. We're definitely doing that.
Yeah.
I mean,
anything with Anthony Michael Hall in it, I'm good.
yes. Weird Science, man. I think I want to become a computer nerd and have that one.
Oh, that movie was all. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I remember even as a guy, all the girls used to watch 16 Candles.
Yeah. Hey, Molly Ringwald, I'm in. Pretty in Pink. You knew.
Yeah, classic. Yeah. Told you, you're right, Linda. You did tell me. I'm hooked on it. Now, is there a season 5 coming out? That's what I heard. I don't know if it's coming out yet. But I hope
got me on that one.
Kind of hooked. Linda's comment says, "Okay, I have to go finish cooking dinner and feed the little one." Okay, well, we'll talk to you a little bit later. And
Linda, have a great night.
Send me that book. Send me that book of movies so I can do my homework now. Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in, Linda. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dave, well, listen, man. It is time to talk some Cowboy football here. We're here.
Cowboy football. What's going on with those boys?
Dave, the press conference came out today. Okay, we're going to talk about veteran minicamp here, of course. Okay, but Mike McCarthy's press conference today, it's so vanilla. He's the type of coaches you hear what he wants to say only. We ask questions, he beats around it. Dave, the question was asked today: what is this offense going to look like with him as the 100% signal caller with Schottenheimer? Dave, I don't know how many times. I know everybody in the world says a certain cliche, like or I usually talk too fast. I don't have a cliche that I say, but like I said, Dave, like what I'm thinking here is, never mind. But like Mike McCarthy said the word "run" at least 100 times during this press conference today. Dave, are we seeing that? I mean,
if he's saying it, I would think so. It makes more sense to me.
It does make sense, Dave, because we went out and got Shoemaker, okay, a blocking tight end. We lost Schultz. It was a need, of course, we know that. But why not go out and get a great pass catcher at tight end? He's not the greatest pass catcher. He's a run blocking tight end.
But he's a good blocker,
Well, it tells me maybe run. What do you think?
If that's the case, yeah, sure. I mean, but we know Dak loves his tight end, so it's kind of going to be interesting to see what happens in there.
I mean, we are deep at tight end. We have we have Ferguson, we have Hendershot, and now Shoemaker. I think Shoemaker is going to be the number 2 tight end, of course.
You think she's going to be 2? Okay, I was thinking Hendershot would 2.
I think he will, actually. I think he will.
I thought maybe Peyton at 2, and then then she would be kind of like I don't even know, like I guess the 3rd, I guess. You want to say that?
No, we got a little spam comment. He spammed us, but I read what he wrote here. I guess he's going to be a Lions fan because he wrote LINOSONTOP, Lions on top. So programming 3901, I appreciate you checking in. Thank you very much, man. We appreciate that. Let us know. I mean, are you a Lions fan? Am I reading that right here? I mean, I'm over 50, so sometimes it's a little hard for me to grasp the comments here.
Hey, the Lions they're going to be, if he's a Lions fan, he's got a lot. They're going to be really good this season coming up.
And you know what the funny thing is, like us being Cowboy fans, Dave, we look at things like that. It's 27 years and counting. The Lions are right behind us, going further back.
Yeah, but they're on the rise though. You can just see
I'm just kind of pissed off. One thing about the Lions, they gave away DeAndre Swift. They gave him away. That's what pisses me off.
And he went to the opposition.
Yeah, that's the thing that pisses me off about it. But hey, Lions are going to be there pretty soon. Joe says I like Shoe. I like Shoemaker too. I really do.
I love Shoe. This kid's going to only shine. He's going to get better every week. He's going to learn the offense. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah, Joe says 30 years since Detroit won the division. Hell, we got 27 years non-Super Bowl. But how do you think Lions fans feel? 30 years non-division?
So, Joe, if you're watching the show, which I think you are, was that with Rodney Peete back in the day with Detroit?
Oh, man, let's go back to that, Dave.
Because I remember Rodney Peete was with the Cowboys a little bit, then he went to the Eagles, but I know he was with Detroit. I know he won with them. I was wondering if he was quarterback at that time.
That's a good question. Damn, that's a good question. Yeah. But, we talk about, 27 years here, Dave, but just imagine not winning a division for 30 years.
I know. I know Barry had to be on those teams back then.
Joe says Eric Kramer, he thinks.
Eric Kramer. Oh, okay.
That's going way back. My God.
I was thinking Rodney Peete.
We're talking, let's see, 30 years ago, at least 30. That's 2000.
Wow.
1993, Dave.
Don't go that far. No, wait. That's not 30 years ago because I graduated in 93. Don't go there. We're at 27.
I was just a junior in college in 93, man.
Has it been? Oh, my God. It's been 30 years from high school? Wow. I didn't realize it.
Dave, I graduated in 90.
93 for me, so wow.
Dave, we are old, man.
Old. But Eric Kramer, I was thinking Pete. I
was too Rodney Peete because I remember him being number 9 in Dallas. I remember that's when he was dating Holly Robinson, Pete or something.
Yeah, Rodney Peete was living a dream back then. Man.
Yes, he was. Hey, why not? Joe says 93 and Favre beat them in Detroit. Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But when you come to Detroit, you think about one name. Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Yeah, it's not even a question.
And that's not even fair to him. That's the one player that, we always talk about players that you want to see in every sport win a championship. To me, he never had the opportunity to win anything with that team, Dave.
But Barry never had an offensive line, Paul. Oh my God,
I know. We talked about it last week, Dave, when we talked about running backs, and I said, Barry Sanders, he was playing 11-on-1 basically.
But it was so funny, like how people would compare Barry to Emmett all the time. Emmett had an offensive line. Barry never did.
You put Barry Sanders with the Cowboys and you put Emmett with the Lions, it's a turnstile. Plus, Barry would probably have at least 5,000 more yards right now.
It's not even a question. I mean, but Barry Sanders, he was so good. I mean, did Barry Sanders remind you a lot of a, like kind of a Walter Payton type deal? Was kind of sort of.
He had the power, but there was no like. Sweetness is sweetness, I'm
never.
I didn't watch him play that much. It was before my time, my dad's time. I remember my dad talking about sweetness.
Right.
Like, what is sweetness? Yeah. But watching Barry Sanders play, like he is my pinball machine. The closest thing that I've ever seen to him, Dave, and it's really no comparison going back because his NFL days was not what it was in college. Was Reggie Bush.
Oh wow, that's going back.
That's the closest thing I can look at from a college standpoint. I mean, Barry Sanders was one hell of a running back at Oklahoma State,
no doubt,
record breaker there as well, and he carried on with. And I give him so much credit with no offensive line, like you said.
Okay, he had no line at all, but he made it happen. I mean, I know Pete was part of that. I know he was part of that team.
And the thing is, he retired way too early. He was still in his prime too. But Dave, when you're playing, just like you get the ball 300 times a year, and you're the one-man show, your career is going to be ended quickly. And his career ended way too early with the Lions.
It's funny because like with Barry Sanders, everybody's like, "Oh, Barry's retiring. He's not going to retire," and he did. I mean, it was crazy. He never went back on his word. I mean,
exactly.
Some players do that. They say they're going to retire, but then they come back. And
Dave, the funny thing is, like nowadays, before we got a couple comments there, regarding Barry Sanders, a lot of nowadays, I put the thing on Out of the Box, our Facebook page, where regarding basketball, I put a picture of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson together.
I saw that.
Back in the days, you would never have that because Jordan came out and said, "I would never play with these son of a bitches." And they're my friends, but I'm not playing with him. Dave, I'm not playing with you to get a title. I'm going to beat your ass on the field or the court.
I'm still frustrated with Jordan, though. Because he did not want Isaiah Thomas on that USA team.
Oh, Dave, come on.
And to me, that makes. I was an Isaiah Thomas fan. I love. Oh, how could you not love the Bad Boys of Detroit? I mean, seriously.
I get that, Dave, but that team was so stacked, man. I could play.
Yeah, but Isaiah Thomas. Are you kidding? That cat was amazing.
I understand it, but look, they had Christian Laettner on that
he
team.
Played on a broken ankle in the finals. Come on.
Okay, Dave. They would have won by a little bit more because that would have been the 11th man. That Christian Laettner was off because they had
Christian Laettner only made it. The only reason Christian Laettner made it was because he was on the Duke. Coming off a Duke, Duke championship.
Yeah, they always had one college player come in, the highest recruit coming in. It was Laettner.
Right, and that was Laettner at the time. And his shot will always be against Kentucky. I get it.
But Dave, you don't see players like in Barry Sanders' case. That's why I respect him so much. He didn't go to a championship team saying, "I can't stand playing here. I'm not playing here anymore. I'm going somewhere else." He didn't do that. He took the discount and played in Detroit, took his lumps every damn day, and didn't complain about it.
And he did. I mean, like I said, oh my God, I never had anything against Barry Sanders. How could you? The guy was. He's a professional, great running back. I never complained. Always worked hard.
Exactly. Joe says, hard to believe Oklahoma State had Sanders and Thurman Thomas. That was that was your true thunder and lightning right there. I mean, Barry could run through you, around you, whatever, and Thurman Thomas could hit a hole like nobody's business.
Yeah, Thurman went to Buffalo, didn't he? He was a Buffalo guy. Yeah, but he lost three times to us in the Super Bowl.
Yep. I just says Sanders used to have his backup steal his. Yeah, exactly. That's just like Pollard this year. Basically, you go from 20 to 20, you do all the legwork, and then you bring in a guy. Well, Zeke's not a clipboard guy, but you bring him in just to take your fantasy points. I remember when I first started playing fantasy football, and I used to okay, you got to take Barry Sanders. How can you not?
It's so funny.
You don't score. You don't score because just like Joe said, they take him out and they bring in like a red zone guy, which it's amazing.
When I started playing fantasy football, actually, the running back that was great back then was Seattle. I think it was Alexander. Is that right?
Sean Alexander, the year
he broke the record. Yeah. Oh, man, he was amazing that year.
I think he had, 25, 27 touchdowns in 1 year?
And I had him in 2013, and actually that's how I won my championship with him.
And he made the Madden. He made the Madden cover the next year.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Now here's something I like, Dave. I mean, this. What do you think about this programming? I get he's definitely a Lions fan, which we read there. Lions Cowboys divisional playoffs.
Hey, we've seen it before. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I mean,
that would be kind of crazy. I still go back to the play that was the pass interference. That a lot of people say it was.
We got away with one there.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there, Dave, but I kind of I'm on the same level you are right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that catch by Terrence Williams was amazing. Now in the end zone.
It was exactly. Yeah, but Dave, let's get back to here. Let's get back to Mike McCarthy here. I mean, just like we get Shoemaker, I think we're definitely going to start running the ball as called here. But Dave, the key to me on running the football is our offensive line. Okay, yes, there's some great players, but enough with Mike McCarthy here. We'll talk about veteran minicamp, of course. But
what's up with Steele? Do we know?
Well, that's one of you read my mind, Dave. You read my mind. No Steele, no Martin, no Pollard, no Shoemaker. These are the big four names that are out. Pollard we know because it's horrific injury.
Coming off the injury.
Now, Steele had an ACL injury, of course. We know that last year. He's out as well. He's projected. Now they're saying they asked him a question today, and they said that he might not be ready for OTAs, and he's still not 100% for week 1, Dave.
That's a little scary.
That's scary. I mean, that's your right side. That's your huge right side, Dave. And we said he was the weakest link. Then last year, man, he was top 2 in his position last year around the league, basically.
Well, we were scared when he first came out. He did a 180, if we remember correctly.
Big time. Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, you can't stop saying it. Anyway, it's going to be tough. I mean, if he's not ready for week 1 or 2, that's going to be a lot of not good.
Now Martin was out precautionary. Martin's not 100%.
I'm not worried about Martin. He'll be fine.
He's just stretching out an injury. That's all he's doing. It's precautionary. I'm not worried about that man. That man. I remember one game, Dave. I forgot what game it was we were playing, and we're in the group chat, you, me, and Matt. And I said something like, "Oh shit, Martin's out. Is that Martin?" And you're like, "Yeah, that's Martin. He's hurt." Next play, I'm like, "Oh no, here we go." He comes back in limping. So we know he is. We know
he's a warrior. That guy.
Yeah, I'm not worried about all universe.
That's your Notre Dame guy right there.
I love that guy. I love that guy. Love him. Not because of Notre Dame.
I think the Cowboys love him too. That's for sure.
Hey, listen, it's all universe, man. I mean, that right side could be something special with Terrence Steele and Zach Martin on that side.
Let's just hope that the two Smiths are going to be fine, and we're going to.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about Tyron Smith. Knock on wood, he hasn't fell down.
Exactly. Don't say anything.
Okay. Stay healthy, brother. Stay healthy. That's all.
Right. Exactly.
But Dave, if that O-line stays intact, I mean, who do you look at? Okay, let's talk about it, Dave. Tyron Smith, left tackle. Tyler Smith, right guard.
Right.
Tyler Baez, center. Zach Martin, right guard. Right tackle, Terrence Steele. Where is the weakest link? I had to go Baez still.
I would think Tyler Baez would be your weakest link. Yeah, that's for sure.
But Dave, if you have 4 solid offensive linemen right and the left side to you, listen, you got a signal caller right next to you in Zach Martin. He'll help you out.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So,
if Steele can't go, what do we do?
Well, we still have that scrubby guy, Josh Ball.
No, Josh Ball.
Or Dave, we talked about this last week.
Do we make a phone call?
Dave, you're reading my mind here. I don't know what's in your head. You're reading my mind here. But Dave, a name that I'm thinking about maybe? Oh, God.
Don't say it.
The Ageless Wonder. What do you think?
I was thinking the same thing. I really was.
JP. What about JP?
JP. Hey, make a phone call, Jar.
I know he's not good on the right side. It's something, 180 for him. But Dave, there's options, man. Tyron Smith played right tackle a little bit last year. He held his own.
He did.
Right? I mean, footwork's totally 180 flip there, but you move Tyron Smith to the right side. That's a staple piece, a big guy, strongest guy in the universe. And then you bring old JP back to left guard right next to Tyron Smith. He held his own. He pancaked people last year, Dave.
If JP can go 2 or 3 games until Steele comes back, I'll be okay with that.
You know what? Hey, JP, if you're listening out there, man, listen, hey, you know what? Give Jerry a call and say, look, I've been working out. I'm ready to go. I can give you those 4 to 5 games, man.
He that's what he's good for anyway, so why not?
Dave, you're jinxing us, man. You're jinxing us.
I'm not me. What did I say? I didn't say anything about the Pirates yesterday. Don't look at me, Mr. Mush on the other side.
Oh yeah, man. I don't, Dave. I don't even want to talk about it. I took
Mr. Sully over Mr. Pirate, the 10 hole, but okay, whatever. I'm not going there.
I know. I took the Pirates today, and I looked at them like lost bet. I'm like, what did I lose? I'm like, damn, Joe Sullivan, you jinxed me. I said, Joe.
Sorry, Saul. We love you. We love you, Saul. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I put on Facebook, Joe. Don't ever put the Pirates in the top 10 again.
Yeah, but anyway, no. Going back to the offensive line. Terrence Steele, like I said, it's a little scary because we don't know what we're dealing with here.
Exactly.
But if we do need to make a phone call, I wouldn't mind for 3 or 4 games have a big JP on that side. I'd be okay with that.
I mean, it's a solid move if you go out and get him. I'd be okay with that because the fact, listen, he did what he did last year, so I'm okay with that. He's not going to be an everyday starter, a 17-game starter. I don't care about that. If you go in and you give me some, depth there at 1 to 4 weeks, I'm totally fine with that, Dave. I really am. Because Dave, we are so far. We have Josh Ball, Dave, Matt Farnick, and Matt Farnick. Okay.
Yeah, but Josh Ball scares me.
There is one name that I'm really forgetting, Dave. I had him written down here. Actually, I didn't even look at it because it fell off. I totally forgot about this guy.
Who's that?
Ignoga.
Oh yeah.
Now he played left guard though. Now he played left guard. That would be a scenario too where that would be okay because we know Tyler Smith can slide to left tackle. Okay, we plug in.
He's flexible.
Yeah, he's okay because I always thought he was left guard. So even if he stays left guard, which is his natural position, that's good for me. You plug him in a left guard. You move Tyler Smith. You kick him out because he played left guard and tackle last year, half and half the season. You kick Tyron Smith over to right side until Terrence Steele comes back.
Like I said, Tyler's he's flexible. He put him. He's pretty good like that.
You know what, Dave? That's something we talked about when he came out in the draft. 2 years, not last year, but the year before, when we his press conference, and I remember saying it. I loved his press conference. They asked him, about the penalties. He's like, "That's college. I can work on that." Which he did. But the one thing that stands out to me, Dave, when he said he was like, "Where are you going to play? Left tackle, left guard?" He's like, "I don't care where they put me. Right. I'm going to play. I'm going to play to the best of my ability."
See guys like that you like.
Yeah, and he played both of them. He played both.
Hey, if he's flexible to do both, that actually makes it easier on the coaches too. You know what I'm saying? Totally they can, sure.
Now, the only thing I want to say here, we know Pollard's going to be out until OTAs. That's something that we're not going to speculate when he comes back.
But he's ahead of schedule, from what I keep hearing from him.
He is. He's ahead of schedule. They're not going to rush him. I wouldn't rush him at all because he's your bell cow. He is more to me than what the team is with Dak is to the team. It's Pollard's team.
Can I just say, everybody's excited about Pollard, but I'm excited about Ronald Jones. I really am. I think this is going to be a good season for him.
I think he's going to expel Tony a lot because Tony and him they're not speed value identical. Pollard's a game breaker, but Ronald Jones is a freak athlete too.
This kid's a baller, man. He runs hard.
He's good.
I mean, I know he has fumbleitis at times, and I get that, and a lot of running backs have that. I understand that. But if he's that guy that we need going like on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, like Zeke was last season, I'm good with it. Why not?
I agree with that. With this run option that he's talking about, McCarthy again, how he said we're going to run ball. He said 100 times in his 15-minute press conference, at least 100 times. And I'm looking at it now, and we go out and get Deuce Vaughn, a small back as well. But Dave, once again, I'm always going to bring this up. The size of the back, Dave, I think is going to hurt us. Dave, tonight, Dave, later on tonight, we came up with an all NFC East defensive team.
Yeah, crazy.
That. Dave, when I look at this team and I looked at yours and I looked at mine doing the graphic for it, I'm scared to play running back, Dave, because there is some beasts that we are going to be playing this year. Dave, true. I want size, man. I don't want to be a $180, 200 pounds going through this line and getting hit by these monsters.
I'll tell you, the NFC East, Paul, this year is going to be rough. I mean, these teams, even Washington and New York, it's going to be a gauntlet. It really is. Giants are going to be good this year. I can see them. They're going to be still scary. I mean, I don't know about Danny Millionaire, whatever you want to call him. But this kid from Washington, Sam Howell. I don't know, Paul. He looked good the last time I saw the kid play.
Sam Howell, the one from North Carolina. He's good. I told you about him. I was like, this kid in college, he demands the team. He demands credit for the team. He runs the huddle. He's a leader in the huddle. last year, Dave, we only seen one game him play. Of course, against the Cowboys.
But the kid's tall. He sees over the line.
He's good. I mean, they have some good quarterbacks. That came from that program there. He's a good prototype quarterback that can demand the pocket, and he's not afraid to get hit, Dave. And he has legs to run too. We see that the one game he played Dallas last year.
I was there. I saw. I watched it.
It was his coming out curtain call. He showed what he can do. And Dave, they traded Heineke. Okay, they traded away their players and kept him. They believe in this kid. They believe in
this kid. They really do.
The one thing, not getting off topic, Dave, is they have an OC now, Brian Bieniemy.
They do. Yeah, from Kansas City.
He's going to put up in a position to say, like, okay, you know what? You're not good on the run here. Let me isolate a backside move and get you open over here. Get you out of the pocket on this side. Bieniemy is a coach that should be a head coach somewhere. And I think he took his acceptance here. When Rivera's gone, I think this is Bieniemy's team.
I think with Bieniemy, why he's not a head coach, he's not a very good interview guy, from what I keep hearing.
Hey, Dave, I don't care how you interview him, man. Listen, you put up wins in a program for me.
No, I'm not taking away anything. I mean, he's a great coach. I'm just saying I think the reason why he's not getting head coaching jobs is
agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there could be other reasons, but I'm not going to speculate anything.
I'm not going to speculate either, but exactly. I mean, he's a very good coach, and he knows his stuff, and that's what scared me. Like I said, the NFC East is going to be a beast this year.
Okay, look, I'm going to read two comments here real quick. We'll talk about one of the comments, and then I want to come back to what you said about the NFC East, okay? Because I do have a question for you, because I know you do extra innings with Joe Sullivan, and I want to flip this in a baseball way to you.
Oh, okay? Can't wait.
Yeah. Now, Sean says, "What's up, guys? Is something cooking in Dallas, or is that a rumor? You guys need help?" There is a rumor going on, which we're going to talk about in the next subject here.
I hear what you're cooking. Okay, I see you. I see you.
He says, saw something that CeeDee Lamb got hurt today. Is a leg injury. I didn't hear anything about that.
I heard about it this afternoon. It's not a serious injury. He's going to be okay. It was a little scare, but nothing to worry about.
So it's one of those Aaron Rodgers moments. Yes. Where, I hurt my leg.
It was a leg injury, but it wasn't nothing to be scared about. He's going to be okay.
Okay, that's cool. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that earlier this afternoon. I was like, "Oh no!"
Mm-hmm. But he seems to be. What I wanted to ask you real quick. Here, this is Sean's last comment here. Not last comment. Sean, keep timing in. It's the Bieniemy showdown in Washington. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's going to be. I think he's the coach in waiting. I think that was hired the way it was programmed there. Like, hey, Rivera has a couple years left. Let's see what we can do. Learn the team. Build the team. You're the offense. I'm the defense. What better way to have it? You got a defensive and offensive coach, so hey, it's going to be your team in a couple of years. Why not?
Well, Bieniemy, I mean, working with Andy Reid all those years, you think he'd learn something?
Yeah, I mean, hate to say it, but I have Reid top 3 all-time coach.
Oh, Reid's amazing. Mm-hmm. He's just...
Now, Dave, I'm going to throw this to you in a baseball term here, okay? Not a baseball term, but you and Joe do the Extra Innings, which is a great show, guys. Let's see if you're into baseball. Tuesday nights, 8:30. Extra Innings. Joe Sullivan, Dave Yarnell, all baseball prospects. You got it, everything. Except for the damn power rings. I'm pissed off about Joe about that one. But,
Hey, I didn't do it. Don't look at me.
I didn't say that. Joe, I love you, man. You're like my brother, man. But please don't ever put Pittsburgh in the
I didn't put the Pirates in the top 10.
You jinxed me, man. You jinxed me. But, Dave, here's what I'm going to ask you. Now, last year, the NL East was a juggernaut. Braves, Phillies, Mets. The number 3 seed, Phillies, basically took it all the way to the World Series. Came up a little short, of course. But I'm going to refer that back to the NFC East last year, Dave. Juggernaut. Powerhouse. 4 teams now that can compete in this division, that can be everybody's division. And we know this division, Dave, since 93 or something like that, was the last that someone's ever won the division twice in a row. Dave, is it the same in baseball to football where this year the NL East is not the greatest division, Dave? We see the
it's not.
Down.
Well, right now the Braves are running away with it pretty much.
They're running away, but I mean they're still barely, not really over 500 a lot. I think they're above 500.
They're right. I think they're like 8 or 9 games.
Yeah, like but I mean, what I want to ask you is can we ever see? Is this division ever going to be so good where we speculate? Oh, this is the best. It's not the NFC East anymore. It's the NFC Beast. Will we see something where maybe it could be a downfall in this division? So much beating up on each other. Now the Eagles have the toughest schedule out there too.
They have a tough schedule, but they're still the Eagles. And Jalen Hurts is on another level right now.
And the crazy thing is they only added pieces to make it better. Again, draft, free agency, trades.
It's like it's like the rich get richer with the Eagles. I just don't get it.
Yeah. A couple years ago, Dave. A couple years ago, we talked about the Rams going out. Do they have a money tree in the backyard? How they get all these, free agent players? Mm-hmm. What do the Eagles have? Does Howie Roseman have a book on people?
But I think he does, but here's the thing too. I think the only advantage we have at this point is the NFC East has not been won in a row since 2003.
Exactly.
The same team hasn't won it. Like it's been
23 years or something.
It's been a different team every year.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the only thing we have going right now. I mean, the Eagles are just a juggernaut right now. They're tough to beat. But can they be beat? Yeah, they can be beat. Anybody can be beat on a given day. But the division in itself, I think it comes down to 1 or 2 games. I mean,
I think so too. That's why, like Sean says, I think we battle between our teams, but I'm curious to see who reigns supreme. The first this year. Yeah, exactly. I want to see who is. I think I don't want to put anyone out. I have the Eagles winning division with us 1 game or coming down to a tiebreaker. That's
could
what
be.
I have it. I have Giants right there.
But if you look at their schedule, and I kind of glanced at it, I didn't really see it too much. I think for weeks 11 to like maybe 13 or 14, tough teams. Tough teams.
Yeah. There's a stretch in there where they have it. I mean, they have a schedule where they play almost like we do, Dave. I think it's 3 games in 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah, they're on the road like 3 weeks in a row, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they have a stretch where it's like our Thanksgiving Day game. We play the Sunday, the Thursday, and then the Saturday after that. So, I mean, we have the same kind of juggernaut, but it's going to fall down to health-wise, of course, which always is with our team. Of course, we know that.
Well, that's the whole thing too. I mean, Hurts is such he's such a powerhouse, and but he did get hurt last season a little bit. So, I mean, I'm not saying.
I think Sirianni learned his lesson with that one. Let's stop running the guy our franchise player here.
That was in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. That game.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. But I think they're going to abandon. They're going to still run the RPO, but they're going to limit him a little bit more. And that tells me that they did. That was a question, Dave, I didn't bring up. Now, watching the press conference with McCarthy, I watch it and I don't watch it. I listen to it, but I don't listen to it. Because it's same old BS over and over with these guys.
Yeah, but all the press conferences are the same.
Yeah, but one of the questions, and this wasn't even a reporter out there. He was just a regular guy out there, and he goes, "Will we see Dak run the ball more this year?"
See, that scares me.
What would you answer if you're McCarthy and Dave? I'm sitting here. I got my little badge. It says "Out of the Box Sports Entertainment" here. And I said, "Hey, Dave, what do you think? What are your thoughts being the play caller this year? Are you going to run Dak Prescott a little bit more? What are you going to do this year? What would you say to me?"
It depends on the defense they're running you or they're giving you for him to run the ball. I would say if it's a 3rd and 2, and if you're in a shotgun and he can get that 2 yards, okay, I'm good with it.
Okay.
But if he's like on the Dak on the run is amazing to me because that's where he thrives. That's his thing. I mean, you just watch him if he runs the ball and he finds a tight end or he finds Gallup or Semi or Lamb or whoever it may be. But that's what Dak does best. But if I need 2 yards and Dak can get it, sure, why not? I got a problem with it.
This was his answer. He was like, we're gonna put Dak in a position to what he sees. He has total control of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
If he can call an audible and break down the play where he sees a hole in the open,
Dak is not stupid. He's not a dumb quarterback.
The other question, Dave, was this. Now we know the Eagles on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. What do? They go right behind.
They do that push garbage. They do all the time.
The victory bush push. Okay, now one of the same guy at the press conference brought that up to McCarthy. Mm-hmm. He was very smart, and I would love this question. I think he should be a damn reporter down there because he asked the right damn questions. But he said, he's like, I watch all the NFC East games, and the Eagles are superior right now. On 3rd and 1, on 4th and 1, why do we throw out on screens when we should do the Eagles push is what he called it. McCarthy says, this is what McCarthy says. He goes, well, it's in our playbook this year. Because we went back and looked at film, and it's unstoppable on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. So we're going to add that to our playbook.
Well, you should have done that before.
How many times on 4th and 1, Dave, did we run a freaking sprint out pass or a
or an option to Zeke or an option to Pollard or
Oh God, just get behind him. Just get behind him, dude. This is when you bring in the big boys. We don't have Moose anymore, but hey, come on, dude. Bring in somebody. Bring in not Jason Peters, too slow to get off the ball. But, hell, you know what, Dave? Why not? Michael Parsons wants to play running back, right? Put him in fullback.
Nah, we can't. We can't afford an injury with that. That's you're pushing that.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I am, but
we don't have refrigerator Perry.
Hey, go out and get one. Go out and get someone like that. Go out. You know what? Hey, why not? Right?
Why not? Exactly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sean says we got kicked in the groin with this schedule. It's cool. Nobody likes us. We don't care. You're damn right. I don't even like your damn team, Sean. I love you like my brother, but I hate your damn team. Number one, brother. Sean says good show. He's out.
Sean, I have issues with your coach, dude. He's a pom pom to me. I mean, I know he's a great coach and everything, but like, come on, stop acting like a cheerleader on the freaking sideline, dude. Seriously, to me, that's just that's childish to me. I'm sorry.
I'll be honest with you, Dave. I take offense to that because I don't like him as an Eagles coach.
He's a pom pom.
But Dave, I'm like that on the sidelines. I'm hooping and hollering. I'm running down the sideline.
He's into the game instead of coaching it.
I get into the game too. Like when I'm there,
right.
Dave, I'm sitting there running down the field, high fiving. I'm chest bumping people, and I'm the same way, Dave. I say certain things just to build my team, and to me, I notice, Dave, when I say certain things to my team, it builds character with them. Like wow,
I get it, but guys
he's not a coach. He's like a cheerleader too.
I mean, guys like Belichick have been around the league forever. You don't see that guy jumping up and down like.
Well, there's a reason why they call him Yoda. Okay,
well, I get it. I get it.
But
you don't see McCarthy doing cartwheels on the sideline.
Exactly. But Dave, before we go to our next subject here, now let's talk about Pollard. We know he's going to be. We're not going to rush him. I don't want to rush him back.
He's ahead of schedule. Not rush him. It's not worth it. No.
We know where he's starting. We went out and got Ronald Jones. Now we'll talk about our rumors coming up here in a little bit. Our subjects down the line here.
Mm-hmm.
But if Steele, we already talked about Steele. If he's not ready for OTAs, which we have to go out and solidify the right tackle position because Josh Ball is not the answer.
Not even close.
Matt Farnick is just a role player who.
I'm so scared of Josh Ball. I'm afraid Dak's going to get killed with Josh Ball.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody can put him in there and say he's going to have the same season as Terrence Steele did. I don't want that. If it did, hey, it did. But I don't think that's ever going to happen because Steele played like lights out last year to me. He really did.
He did. He
earned his spot.
What a 180 this kid did. I mean, I remember when he first got there, we were like, oh, this kid's not going to have it, and all of a sudden it clicked.
Exactly. Now, Dave, I think go back real quick. I think that's why they went out and got Schoonmaker because it plays in the position here. He wants to run the damn ball. Schoonmaker's not the biggest pass catcher coming from Michigan in the second round, but I think it's more of a running gun game here where we're going to take what the defense gives us. If they're going to put 9 in the box, we have the weapons to beat you. We have Lamb, we have Gallup, we have Cooks, we have Hendershot Ferguson. We have great backs out of the backfield. We can beat you any way we want now, but I think we're going to run the ball.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with.
But the Cowboys are known to run the ball. You know that. I mean,
not last year, Dave. Not last year.
I mean, how many years with them did we run that ball? My God.
Okay, Dave, let me ask you something. We could have won the division last year. That one game where we lost to Jacksonville. Okay.
That hurt it. Well, that was a tip ball though.
But Dave, we were up 14 points, Dave.
I know, but that tip ball by who was it?
Dave, up 14 points. Why are you still throwing the ball around? Why are you still throwing the ball around?
Because it was Boy Wonder, the coordinator. Come on,
Boy Wonder. You better call him dollars. He didn't even. Dave, you know what? Now, Dave, I told you this. Off stage last night, actually, after extra innings.
Brown.
The dollar store is not the dollar store anymore. It's $1 plus. Now they sell.
I get it.
$1, $3, $5 items.
Yeah.
It happened to me. I didn't know something was $1 and it was $5 when I got the register. But he's not even dollar store anymore because dollar store plus is Kellen Moore, he's clearance rack. Piggly Wiggly or some shit like that now. Now watch him be.
We're out of the we're off the Jason Garrett era. We're going off the Boy Wonder era. Now we're on to bigger and better things.
I'm curious to see what he's going to do out there with Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to see it because
it should be interesting. I mean, he took a Cowboy with him, didn't he?
One of the coaches, the running back coach, went out there as well. Yeah.
No, I'm saying he took a couple of players with him too, didn't he?
There was a couple of names, but nobody big names. So I'm not worried about it. He can take them out there. He can have fun with them. Mm-hmm. Now, Dave, let's get into our next subject here. Wonderful Jerry Jones. When they asked the reporter asked him in his press conference, they said, "Jerry, the rumors are out there, with DeAndre Hopkins, which we'll talk about next. Is there a game plan to go out and investigate this to come him or bring him here?" Mr. Jerry Jones, with his luxury face, all leather face, looks at the camera and pulls his glasses down and says, "We are fine at wide receivers. This team can compete with anybody. We are Super Bowl ready. Dave, we heard this shit last year.
What does Jerry always say? Deadlines make deals. So if he's telling you one thing, he's thinking another. So that's the Jerry way. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they signed DeAndre Hopkins tomorrow because Jerry told you what he told you yesterday or today. You know, that's the Jerry Jones. That's what he does. You know,
Jerry Jones is the PR machine.
Right, exactly.
Anything that'll hashtag Jerry Jones, hashtag Cowboys, he will say in an instant just to get it done.
Just like he said when in Pittsburgh, Zeke who, and then all of a sudden Zeke gets a $90 million contract.
Yeah,
So I mean, just like that's just Jerry Jones. That's what he does. He's playing with your mind. Playing with your mind. That's what he does.
Well, you know what? At 52, about to be 52 years old, he's better stop playing with my mind because I can't take some of the stuff he says.
Good old Jerry. He's on his yacht. He's chilling. He's good.
He is, man. He is, man. Yeah, Dave, you've been down to the stadium. I've never seen a stadium.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. I've been there 3 or 4 times.
I've never seen a stadium, Dave, with $1 million art gallery as you walk down.
You know what? It's kind of funny when you go down to Texas, okay, and you're going like if you're driving to the stadium and you're like a good distance away, it looks like a spaceship just landed in the middle of Dallas.
It does. Like it's so funny. Like Stacey actually sent me a picture before, and she was just like, it's not the Darth Vader or whatever the black.
It's like
but it just sits there. It's like
it just sits there like the other. It just sits there. It's like wow.
It's like if you look at our banner up there, it looks like right above us, Dave, AT&T Stadium. It does look like a starship, like just landed there.
When you're a good distance away, like I said, you're driving to the stadium from a hotel, and you're going to, and you just look at it. It's like, what is that?
I remember the first time I went, Dave. I flew in at nighttime. I got there. It was a Thursday night game. My dad and I used to go, and I went a couple times after that, but I don't go anymore because my dad passed away, and it's not right for me to go and not high five my dad anymore. So I don't go anymore. But I remember going the last time I went with my son, and we were flying in Dallas, Fort Worth there, and it was around like 9:30 at night the night before the game. And this was like a Saturday night. The game was on Sunday. I remember flying in. I remember hearing the pilot saying, "All right, guys, if you take a look out of your right window and look down, there is AT&T Stadium, the one and only." Now he goes. I remember him saying, "Dave, I always say this too. Is my dad used to say it too, and it was kind of funny. I thought my dad was talking to me from heaven. He goes, the pilot was like, guys, what does it feel like to be God right now looking down at America's team? Now you know what it feels like." And I'm like, Dad, are you talking to me? But you're right. It looks like something that's
it just does. I mean, but being in I've been in Texas Stadium too, and that stadium to me was amazing. I got to kick a field goal inside the Texas Stadium. I kicked the 30-yarder and made it.
Did you make it? Did you have it on video?
I did. I made it. I wish I did. That was like. I turned 30. Amanda took me to Dallas.
Damn, Dave! Because if you had that, there's.
I know. Yeah.
We can send that in to Dallas because.
But I do have a picture of me catching the ball that the guy threw to me in the end zone. I do have that.
We can get you out there. I mean, damn, you're not Rico, but we can get you out there.
Hey, it was a great trip, a great time. But I got to go into Jerry's box in Texas Stadium. It was luxury, man. I was like, wow.
I didn't go in the box.
And the funny part was they said that you could do weddings in there too. I looked at the bed. I'm like, she's like, don't even think about it. I was like, why not?
Ooh, but Dave, let me write that one down because this year we were actually doing it. We thought about Vegas because we don't want anything big, but.
There you go.
I have to look into that.
Look into that. It was kind of cool.
Her brother lives near Dallas.
Yeah, we were taking the tour in Texas Stadium, and the guy was telling us all about it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, you can book a wedding there if you want." I was like, and then he looks at me. She goes, "Don't even think about it."
I can just picture myself. She wouldn't be down. She couldn't even tell you what a quarterback is. That's she don't want. I mean, I could say like, "Hey, you know what? We're going down to Texas. Let's go there. Let's go tour the stadium real quick." We go where you're talking about, Dave, and I'm sitting there like. Okay, there's a priest right there. Katie, let's go. We're going up to the altar. For what? We're getting married right here.
When we were taking the tour and we're in the end zone, Babe Laufenberg was doing a commercial on the other side of the field.
Wow, the Babe. Wow.
The Babe.
Wow. So, Dave, are we reading into much of this? Or do you think? Okay, let's get into it, Dave. Let's talk about it here. Let's talk about the rumors still. Hopkins. We'll talk about Hopkins first, Dave. He's gonna cost a lot of money. Okay.
I heard a couple teams are interested though. I heard
he's actually interviewing with the Titans this week.
I heard that the Titans, and I heard Buffalo. Well, I heard Buffalo. I think they're out of the rolling now. And I heard a couple. There was another team that I heard too. I don't know who that was.
All I heard was the Titans today, which is definitely going to happen. He's with the Texans.
I could see him going to Tennessee. That actually would be a good fit for him.
But my thing is, Dave. Okay, I was watching Keyshawn this morning on ESPN, his little podcast, and he said something that really caught my mind. DeAndre Hopkins is still a elite wide receiver. Okay, he's still elite. He has a lot of tread left.
He's still jobless too. But go ahead.
Exactly. True. Very true. But that's exactly what I want to say. He's jobless. But he said at that time in your career where you play at Arizona, you play down the Texans, you ball out down there, you go to the Cardinals, you get this huge contract. Your numbers are okay, but they're not to what your standards are.
Your standards,
right? As a player. But then they cut you, which tells you you're still making $22 million a year this year. They cut you. Now you're still jobless. Why are you still waiting for the team that's going to win a Super Bowl, or are you waiting for the big contract?
I think he's prefer? I think he's waiting for the big contract.
That's what Keyshawn said. He's like, I don't like that because of my career. Hell, I went to the Jets. I went to Dallas. I went to Tampa Bay.
Keyshawn won with Tampa.
Yeah, he's like, I was looking for a championship at that time in my career. I was looking for a team that could get me another ring. That's what he said. Yeah. Now he's like, then he came right at Hopkins. He's like, hey, listen, at this point in your career, you're jobless. You're interviewing. Nobody's picked you up yet. Go to a team. Don't worry about the money. You go to a team that's going to make you benefit yourself as a football player, not someone that's going to go to the bank and say, I have money.
Well, that's what I don't understand. I mean, he was Arizona. They cut him. We get it. But he was right. He was working out with Dez down in Dallas. And I just can't understand.
Well, so was OBJ. He had freaking lobster mac and cheese with the boys.
Right. I just don't get like I know you were talking about I want to be with Dak, and then all of a sudden you throw Dak under the bus. Well, I guess he did. I guess what I heard anyway. But I think he's just waiting for the right. I think honestly he's waiting for the right deal to come along, and once it comes along, he'll go.
Okay. All right. I don't think they're going to sign him, Dave, because the money contract is way too big. I mean.
I think after OTAs, maybe when training camp comes around, then he'll say, "Okay, I need a job, so let's go."
And to me, if you're going to go play with the Titans, man, listen, you have Derrick Henry as your play, signal
caller there. Tannehill. Tannehill's a good quarterback.
Yeah, but you know what? You have what's Jalen Brooks, Jalen, what's his name? Jalen Burks.
Burks,
down there. He's a great young guy. You have to be the number 2 wide receiver, but to me, you're not. Anybody can win that division. Jacksonville's ahead of that division right now, but. Man, why not go to a contender?
Yeah, but I could see, like I said, I could see like DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, him and Tannehill would make it pretty good. I think they'd do okay down there.
Yeah, if he goes to the Titans down there, I don't want to hear ever anything about Tannehill being. If he don't play this year,
Tannehill's a good quarterback. You know that he's.
I think he could be a lot better. I don't know, Dave.
He throws a nice ball.
He does it. I throw a nice ball too, Dave, but that don't make me feel. You know what I mean? But Dave, let's get into some running backs here. LeGarrette Blount, which we talked about last week. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we don't say the next name, but let's talk about Blount here. Now, do we take a flyer on him? It's a very cheap, maybe $2 million, $3 million a year as a solid backup. What do you think?
It wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, I could go with LeGarrette Blount. I would, but I don't know. Tough call. I mean, it's either him or Leonard. I mean, I don't know.
Leonard Fournette too. I want to talk about him as well because that's one of the names I want to talk about. Now, Dave, if we do that, the running backs, Dave, we have 4 running backs on the roster right now. Malik Davis, Ronald Jones, and Deuce Vaughn, which is going to be a special teams player. He'll make the roster.
You forgot one.
Where's the hashtag? What did we say, Dave?
You forgot a running back. Hello.
I forgot. What is the hashtag, Dave? What is it? What is it?
Rico.
There it is. Always up top. One of Dave's favorite hashtags. Where's Rico?
Where's Rico? I love Rico. You know Rico guy.
And guys, Dave and I made a bet this year for you, though. Just people checking in. We have 8 live viewers checking in right now. So, guys, I made a bet with Dave right now, and I said to him, I was like, Dave's a big Rico Dowdy fan. Okay, any Cowboy I love, and it's fine with me. I'm cool with it. But I told Dave, I was like, if Rico ever gets in a game, scores a regular season touchdown, not preseason, Dave.
I just hope he makes the team.
Now we're going to make the team. If he scores a regular season touchdown, I will order a Rico Dowdy authentic jersey.
There you go.
I will. But now you're saying, now you're taking this real far back, Dave. Now you're saying,
I just hope he makes. I mean, even on the practice squad, and then they bring him up, that'd be great too. I'll be okay with that.
That just cracked me up hearing you say that. Now I just hope he makes the team.
Well, with Ronald Jones and Pollard, where does Rico live?
But hey, Rico, listen, man, if you're out there listening, we're going to hashtag you on this episode.
Rico.
If you don't make the team, we got a spot for you right here.
Rico, man, come on, buddy. I have faith in you, bro. You can do it.
Well, if not, we have a spot for you right here on the 215.
Hey, anytime.
And you know what? You can hear Dave say Rico. He'll open the show with, hey, Rico, okay? Here's Eileen checking out. Rico Suave. Dave,
Rico Suave.
Hey, Eileen, how you doing, on?
What's up, Eileen? Thanks for checking in, girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Definitely. But Dave, speaking of Eileen, I know Eileen is a huge wrestling fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she is.
She is huge with wrestling, Dave. But Dave, go ahead.
No, go do your thing.
But Dave, you know what? Listen, June 16th is a special day to me because damn well
it's your birthday. What are you talking about?
It's my birthday, Dave. It's my birthday. But Dave, you know what? Screw my birthday because we have something bigger, better. And Dave, I am so hyped about this because June 16th, I turned 52. But Dave, there's something coming up June 16th. Am I right?
Yeah, the Atomic Drop podcast coming to you June 16th, 10:30 with my man, the Batman himself, Ken Fry. I know. If you want to see his little preview there, bring it up, Paul.
Let's see if we still have that on here. I don't know if I took it off.
I thought you were going to bring it up.
I actually took it off here, Dave.
You took it off?
I took it off.
Oh, man.
I actually did.
Okay.
I think I did, Dave. Give me a second.
Oh, man.
Continue, Dave. I will try to bring that up right now. But Dave, let's go. Let's talk about this. Okay. The running backs, Dave. What do we do?
Right.
Do we get somebody else, Dave? What do you think?
I think we're going to. Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
I think we do too.
Yeah, I think we do. I still think Leonard Fournette's out there. I think that would be a good fit too. That's just me.
When do we wait, Dave? Do we wait and see how this pans out?
I think wait, see how it pans out after OTAs, see where we are in training camp, and then we'll.
But does that give him?
It's a 3 year. It's a 3 option. Think about it. I mean, it's either Blunt, Garrett, or Fournette, or number 21 himself. Will he be back?
I think it's going to be Zeke for some reason because he knows the playbook. He knows the camaraderie of the team, and when he comes back. Like I don't want to sign like a Leonard Fournette not late in the season, but during OTAs, because terminology is something, Dave, that players go from one team to the other and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But
in case everybody don't know, everybody knows I love 21. 21 is my favorite running back. Everybody knows that.
Speaking of the Bat Fry, Dave, let me tell you what you guys are getting into. Now, this is just one of the co-hosts real quick. This is how this show is going to be, guys. So take a minute here, watch this 44-second video. This is what you're going to see on Friday night, the energy that these two dudes are going to bring.
You failed.
What's up, wrestling fans? The Bat Fry, Kenny Fry here, reminding you, tune in Friday, June 16th, 10:30 p.m. to the Atomic Drop podcast, powered by Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Like, follow, subscribe. Myself and my co-host, Cowboy Dave Yarnell, will be talking WWE, past, present, future. We'll be talking old pay-per-views, upcoming pay-per-views, that and much, much more. So what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when the Fry Foundation and the Atomic Drop podcast runs wild on you?
Wow. That's energy, Dave.
Talk about energy.
Woo, man, I tell you, Friday nights, man, put the kids to bed and get ready. Get your popcorn at 10:30. The Atomic Drop is coming live to you, man. My God.
I'll tell you, he's pumped up. That's for sure.
Dave, you better not piss him off on that show, man. He's gonna come to your
I'm
house.
scared of him. I got to be honest.
Man, I tell you,
the Batman, he does scare me a little bit.
That's some energy, real quick. But Dave,
I better be on my toes on that show. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. He will Atomic Drop your ass.
He'll body slam me through the phone.
Exactly. But speaking of Ken Fry, Dave, real quick, how about you talk about this sponsorship here that we have with Ken Fry?
Yeah, if you're looking for donations and sponsors to help out a traveling softball team, go out to Ken Fry. He'll just help you out, help his daughter out. Any donations will be greatly accepted, as well as mentioned and Out of the Box Network to sponsor. Yeah, contact Ken Fry on his daughter's softball team, and I'm sure he'll give you all the information you need to know. Not your average James.
Definitely. Definitely. It's great. It's great that we have family here. Out of the box is nothing but family here. When one person's in need, we try to help each other out. We've already donated to Ken Fry's his what was that thing? A cornhole tournament. So we got our sponsorship. The videos, the program is there. It's a great foundation that we try to do, of course. So we try to keep it in family to help each other out. All donations go right to his team. We don't see a penny of it. We don't ask for any of it. So it's a great thing as well. But
hey, my daughter plays softball as well, and I know how it is. So
yeah, he was
reach
telling
out
me
to Ken.
he was telling me the cost of softballs are like
it's not it's a pretty penny, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But you know what? Any donation helps, and if you can help Ken out, he would deeply appreciate it. Trust me.
And let's talk about one of our other sponsors, Monkey Cold Coffee. Here, guys. If you're a coffee drinker like myself, I love coffee. I love a little liquor once in a while just to keep my mind off, the Dallas Cowboys, 27 years and struggling here. So I do drink a lot of it. But what's better way to drink coffee? Toasted coconut rum, their new flavor, bourbon chocolate chip coffee. Now I'm telling you, when you open this bag, it smells exactly like bourbon. When you open the other bag, it smells like coconut rum. It's like one of those fragrances. And that's not the best part. The coffee is the best part. It's the best coffee out there. MonkeyColdCoffee.com. You want coffee, but we got better news. Make sure you use the promo code OOTBS Sports at the register at MonkeyColdCoffee.com. And guys, it goes to a good foundation here. Owner Matt donates 10% of each bag to Robin Ray Larson of the National Pediatric Foundation, nationalpcs.org. So when you get your coffee, plus it goes to a great organization too. It's the National Pediatric Foundation. It's great sponsorship we have with them, guys. And also, next month, I have a surplus of shirts here, and Matt was gracious enough to give me here as well. So what we're going to do is on every show, we're going to have a viewer. We're going to have a question. We're going to do a 3-week show. 1 week, we're going to have one question. Next week, we're going to have another question. The third week, everybody has to come up with all 3 answers that we talked about with that pertaining to that corresponding show. Whoever wins, I will personally send you out a Monkey Cold Coffee t-shirt. So
very nice.
Do that. We'll do that. But you have to be shared. You have to be subscribed to Out of the Box. And
whatever
show you're watching, you have to watch it. And we're not talking just a 1-minute thing. You better be on here for the entire show because I'm not going to tell you when the question's coming. So just letting you know. So guys, definitely please, like, share, subscribe. But Dave, man, let's get into something, Dave. Now, you and I
tune in Out of the Box. There you go.
Now, the last name I want to talk about is Dalvin Cook, Dave, before we get into our
wow.
segment here.
Big name.
Big money. Big money.
Big money. Yeah.
Big money. Mm-hmm. So to me, what's the sense of letting Zeke go for $15 million and then we go out and get a Dalvin Cook? Makes no sense to me, right?
Yeah, I don't get that either. Dalvin Cook, what's up with him in Minnesota? Are they having issues out there? Is his contract up?
He's been injury prone. Like he's missed a lot of games last year too over the last 2 years. I think it's like 9 games total last year.
I had him for fantasy last year. He did pretty well for me for the most part.
He did. I mean, I think with the money, you look at a running back situation, Dave. Quarterback, of course, left tackle, you're going to make the money. DN, you're going to make the money. People like corners are making the money now. Running backs didn't make the money. Now they're starting to progress a little bit more money, like Saquon Barkley. The Zeke set the table for it. And they paid Dalvin Cook. I think he was at $14 million coming up.
Yep. Yeah, so something like that.
He's still owed unless they cut him. Then that comes off their cap, Dave. But I don't think he's still young, Dave. He's not going to take a $12 million contract.
No, he won't. No, he wants top 3. Yeah, he'll get that.
To me, I'm going to avoid the situation even talking about it. To me, Dave, if you want to talk about it, it's fine.
But if Jerry's interested in it, I don't see why. I mean, who knows with Jerry? Maybe Dalvin Cook's the answer. I don't know.
I like it. I like it, Dave, but it has to be a cheap price because I like him and Pollard in the backfield together because
that would be huge. I mean,
you have 2 starting running backs at any time. You can pick your poison. One comes in, one comes out. You're not going to miss a beat. They're both game breakers. But to me, that's not what you need. You need to expel a cheaper price because, Dave, I think we talked about this. Next, we have Lamb, Dave. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Diggs, Dave, and then I don't even want to talk about the year after that.
Well, Diggs is looking for a contract now. I think they're talking. They've been talking, haven't they?
Well, yeah, it's like the Dak situation. Dak's going to get re-signed. He's going to get restructured again. They're going to give him longer, which you said.
Well, yeah, we keep hearing that, but with Diggs, I kept hearing it like 4 years. I think they're thinking.
That's what I'm hearing. I want to lock him up now because every year we know the price tag goes up. We know that,
right?
And I think if we do sign a Cook, it's going to be a cheap price, and I don't think that's going to happen. I can't see him playing for a cheaper price because he's still, Dave. He still is a. I still want to call him a franchise running back. I really do.
With Cook, is this his last year at Minnesota, or is he a free agent?
He has 1 year left, I believe.
Okay, so that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
And I think it's a 13 and then a $14 million contract.
Okay.
So it can either be a buyout deal or a cut and release guy. But to me, it's going to be a hefty price tag either way you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if we get Dalvin Cook, I'd be very happy about that. I really would.
Because we bitched about it last year, paying Zeke $13 million a year and paying Pollard $2 million. That's 15 for two backs. Well, why are you going to have your backup making 15 million and we Pollard's franchise for 10? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. No.
This doesn't. So I'm going to leave it alone. Whatever happens, of course. But
let's wait till after OTAs and see what the Cowboys do.
Yeah, but Dave, last week we had a little fun here. We came up with the NFC East, offensive.
How'd that come out anyway? Did we do good?
Actually, it was pretty much a tie because there was like two players that we had different on our team. So now this week, Dave, we went all defensive. Okay, so Dave, we're gonna bring up the little thing here. Now I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna bring up your overlay.
You gonna let me go first? Oh,
I'm gonna let you go first. You know what? Yeah, I'll let you go first. Do you want me?
You're all heart. Let me tell you.
I'm just gonna pick one here, Dave. Whatever comes up.
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong one, Dave. That's the wrong one.
I don't see anything.
Here it is, right here.
Yep.
All right, let me take this. This is yours, Dave. This is yours. Great. Okay, this is yours. Now, Dave, let's talk about it. Of course, let's start with your DC, which is Dan Quinn. Very smart. Very smart.
No question.
Now, Dave, this NFC East, you can pick your poison where you want to go. Let's talk about the defensive line here. I'm gonna talk about why did you go DeMarcus Lawrence?
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's good off the edge, and he's a beast.
Okay.
When he's on, he's tough to stop.
Now I looked at this line.
I mean, I know he gets double teamed a lot, but
yeah, that's because he demands it. Especially coming off the edge. And what I like is you have Parsons behind him. That's a 1-2 punch. That's a great punch. Now, when I looked at this, Dave, I'm like, I just noticed something.
What's that?
Dave, you don't have a giant on the defensive line, do you?
No, I don't. No.
One Cowboy, one Eagle, and two Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you put Chase Young on there? He was injured last
year. I know he was injured last year, but he's going to have a season this year. He's going to have a monster year.
I don't know. Do you think I would put Chase Young on my team?
I think you would.
You think so?
I don't know.
Where do you think I would disagree with you on this defensive line, Dave? We'll talk about that.
Maybe Fletcher Cox. I don't know because his time's pretty much up as a player. But
but you know what? Being that rotational play, he's a starter, of course. But being that rotation that he has with those beasts that he have,
I'm not saying anything about Fletcher. He's a great player and everything, but I think his time is like he's lazy coming off plays a lot of times, and he's not 100% every play. So.
Okay. Now, out of these four defensive linemen here, Dave, who do you think is going to have the most sacks on the front four here?
Chase Young, if anybody.
If he's healthy and he comes back healthy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the fastest defensive end when he's healthy, Dave. I really
no do. Question. He's a beast.
If he can go back to him coming out of Ohio State days to where he was, that demanding of a player where you can't stop him no matter what, bull rush, finesse moves, he could be that dude again. He could really.
I totally agree. I mean, he's going to come. I'm telling you, he's going to have his great season this year. I just have a feeling.
Now, I like your corners, Dave. Trayvon Diggs and Darius Slay.
Yeah, two solid corners. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them.
I don't think you can pick on any of these guys. I mean, I can go Trayvon Diggs and go a double move, but
the thing about Diggs, Diggs takes guess. He's a guessing guy a lot of times. He's but he's 60-40.
Yeah, but I mean, you got your linebackers. I mean, safeties back there, and I like your safeties as well. So I can't really run a double move, post on Trayvon Diggs here because Xavier McKinney and K'Ron Curse.
I love Jaron Curse. I just he's the kid. He's good.
Now, what do you think McKinney's going to mean to that Giants team?
I think he's going to be a big factor. Honestly,
okay.
I just the kid, he's fast.
Let's talk about the linebackers here, man. Of course, you already know Micah Parsons has to be there.
That's not even a question. How do you not put 11 from heaven? Come on.
Exactly. Now, the Hassan Reddick. Oh my God, dude!
What a beast that kid is! I'd say the Eagles they should be glad they have him. That kid's
Dave, I'll tell you what. If I had this team right here, man, I think I can go to Barnes and Nobles and get the book Defensive Play Calling for Idiots, and I could be a genius with this team. Yep. Dave, think about this: DeMarcus Lawrence and Chase Young at defensive end, and you have Micah Parsons coming off the edge or stunting with Lawrence, and then you have Hassan Reddick who don't need a defensive end to come through the hole anytime. That is insane. Though that two linebackers outside over these defensive ends, good God, Dave. But my question to you, Dave, Blake Martinez.
Yeah.
What was the thought behind this?
It was just there. Why not? Can't hurt.
Now I have.
What's your thought on Blake Martinez? I didn't think it was a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but I think there's Dave. You know what network we work for here? Out of the box. Okay, I'm going to go out of the box on my linebacker. I'm just
Okay.
going to give you. I'll put a hint to you, Dave. Okay,
Mhm.
I am very high on this guy, and I haven't seen him play yet.
Who's that?
You got to guess before I
Oh,
bring up
I'm
my team.
very high on this guy. You haven't seen him play yet?
I haven't shut up about this guy, Dave.
Oh,
I think you know, right? I think you know, right?
is he a Cowboy?
He definitely is a Cowboy.
Is it Deron Bland?
No, well, it could be, could be.
Could be.
I'm pushing Deron Bland to the reserve list on this team right here.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a Cowboy though, Dave.
You got me on that one. I don't know.
It's one of the names that I mentioned during the draft, and I said if we get this guy, I'm probably going to do cartwheels down the street, and we got him, Dave.
We got him. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I know you're talking about.
Starts with the O last name.
Yeah.
Overshawn.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Even though he hasn't played a snap yet, Dave, I'm so high on this guy what he does.
So. I told you a friend of mine was when he texted me. My friend Rob texted me during the draft. He's like, "You guys got Overshawn. That kid's a beast." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think I have 3 players opposite than you, Dave. And it's funny, I have one on each level, different from you, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I like this team. I mean, only thing I can say, like you grade my team, I grade yours. I give this an A. Of course, you have to give this an A no matter what. I mean, it's an all-star team, Dave. The only thing that puzzles me is probably Blake Martinez, but I'm going outside the box with my guy.
Hey, so why not?
I can't doubt it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Why not LVE? Why not LVE?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, I can't have 2 Cowboys. I mean, it's better. I try to just keep it interesting. You know.
All right, I like that.
Micah Hassan.
Who's your MVP, Dave, on this team?
My MVP on this team? Wow, that's tough.
In this team, we know it'll never be assembled, Dave. We know that. But who is the all-star of this team right here? That's just going to be a standout player.
It's got to be Chase Young.
Wow, really?
I would think so. Yeah.
Really? To me, on this team here, Dave, wow. Looking at your lineup right here.
I mean, it could be Michael Parsons too. Either way.
That's who I would probably look at. It's going to be him or Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, it's tough because I was between Chase, Micah, and Hassan. I was thinking that I would go Chase Young.
Because I think here, the defensive linemen, Lawrence, Cox, Allen, and Young, are going to put in the groundwork. They're going to build the trenches there. And a linebacker is going to feast off their needs. They're going to have so many holes, stunts, twists, bull rush on the outside, even go like a wide 9 with a linebacker situation. I think they would feast, and I think they would benefit from this defensive line, the front four.
I totally agree.
Now I'll bring up mine, Dave. Now here's mine.
I just think Chase Young's going to have a monster season this year.
Now here's mine, Dave. There's a couple of differences here. I went with DeMarcus Lawrence, and I went with Dexter Lawrence too.
Oh, Dex! I forgot about Dexter Lawrence.
I went with Dexter Lawrence because I want some beef on that defensive line, and the guy that I put him next to. He didn't have the greatest.
He didn't have the greatest season last year.
But no, he didn't. Now I'm basing it off this year, Dave. This year.
Okay, gotcha.
So I went with Jordan Davis. Like, okay, Dave, you think about this. Dexter Lawrence, 350. Jordan Davis, 350. Lawrence, 275, quick off the edge. Chase Young, 270 off the edge.
Yeah.
Dave, I don't think this defensive line could give up yards. I don't see it happening.
No,
you got the beef in the middle.
That's a lot of beef on that line, boss.
That's what I mean. You got the beef you got the beef, quick beef in the middle. Boys that can get off the ball, and you got 2 hybrid defensive ends that can bull rush you and get off the ball to the quarterback fast.
It's funny. I thought about Jordan Davis. So I was like, well, injury prone, got hurt last year. But so did Chase Young. So I can't.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's like I said, Dave. We both talked about Chase Young. Off camera, we talked about why we do this, why we do that, and I even said I was like. I agree with Chase Young because I don't look at his year last year. And the one thing, Dave, we talk about in the NFL, you're playing on a contract year, Dave. This is Chase Young's contract year, too.
I know. Yeah, it is.
And what way to come off an injury and ball out and on your contract year to get that paycheck. So I think he's going to have a huge year. Now, corners, I went the same, Dave. Darius Slade, Trayvon Diggs. You can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong with either one.
Linebackers, totally committed to exactly what you said. Exactly same position here. Micah. But I have Demarion Overshawn there. Because Dave,
you have Overshawn.
I am so high on this kid, Dave. You know what? He's not even projected starting yet. But, Dave, I think by week 2 in this Dan Quinn defense, he will be He will be the rookie signal caller, Dave.
I can't wait to watch him play. I'm excited.
And Dave, last week I made a bold prediction. Remember, I said 2 predictions. I said the Cowboys will have 3,000-yard receivers this year. My bold prediction. And I said Demarion Overshawn will win Rookie of the Year.
Hey, if that's the case, go with it.
So I had to go with my thoughts there, Dave, and I had to put him in there. I can't go back and say I'm going to put him Rookie of the Year, and I don't even have him in all NFC East team, so I had to put Demarion Overshawn.
I love your safeties, though.
I had to go Wilson, Dave, because you know what he means to the Dallas Cowboys.
I was going to go Donovan too, but I was like, well.
I had to go Donovan Wilson because he was our biggest off-sign. Well, even though he's a Cowboy, he was our biggest acquisition last year, Dave, signing him to come back with the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was a little scary there because we weren't sure. But
yeah, I mean, I love both teams, Dave. Now, the only thing downfall for me is probably going to be the Overshawn thing there. I agree with everything on your team, but Demarion Overshawn was a out-of-the-box, choice for me. But, hey, you know what? As a Cowboy fan, you always got to think outside the box here. So basically that's what I did,
Yep.
That's what I did. But Dave, before we get out of here, man.
It was fun. It was a good time.
It was.
Like seeing both teams together, seeing who we had compared.
It was. Before we get out of here, let's go over our schedule real quick, guys. Listen, if you want to watch Out of the Box out there, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Guys, we have something for everybody. We're always loaded. Monday nights, Joystick Junkies for all you video guys, 4 p.m. Sully Squad, 6 p.m. Actually, they have some guy, I forgot what his name is. I just seen the brochure today. I was so tired today. One of the Philadelphia Union Strikers are going to be on the show this week coming up.
Oh, really?
So, nice. Yes. Mm-hmm. And also, every Monday night, Big Blue Power Hour. Giants fans, stay tuned. We got you covered. Of course, Dave, Joe, Tuesday nights, extra innings. Wednesdays, fully loaded. The Batcave Mets. College football will be back in 2 weeks. Of course, the 215 Boys in Prime Time with myself, Dave, and Matt coming back in a couple weeks. Thursday night, unfortunately, won't be on. Mike is having a little technical difficulties out there in Philadelphia with his setup, so he'll be back next week. Guys, June 16th, the Atomic Drop, 10:30. Dave, Ken Fry, bringing it hardcore. I'm telling you right now, you better watch. You've seen the promo. You better be ready for that one. Saturday nights, Vegas sports scene. Ken Fry, once again, the hardest working man out there on the network, doing everything for us. Vegas sports scene. Talk about the A's, the Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup Finals. Look at that. And Dave, of course, you already know we have more shows coming. We have a UFC pre-show coming up, a Commander show, an NFC East roundtable. We have the Lights, Camera, Action show coming up for all you TV show fans, movie fans. We got you. And guys, every Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have you covered with Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, post game wrap-ups. And if you love Irish football, I will be doing a post and pre-game Notre Dame football pre-game show. So, guys, listen, if you love what we do and you always thought about doing it, reach out to me personally. Out of the Box Sports Network, live streaming entertainment company for all your needs and visions. Start your podcast, banners, overlay, live feeds. We'll make it happen for you here. We're all family. We're very fun. We always joke around with each other. We're all a band of brothers and one sister here, of course. Reach out to me personally, 267-303-7324. There's my email, paulspencer215 at iCloud. So reach out to me if you want to do this. Anybody can do it, man. It's about having fun and being passionate. So, man.
Wow.
Dave, you know what? There's a lot of people out there, like what's going on in Philadelphia, Dave? Talk to me real quick. What's going on with this what's going on?
Yeah, we got a fog thing or a smoke thing coming. It's actually now. A lot of games were canceled today.
I heard the Phillies game,
yeah. Well, not even that. A lot of high school kids were canceled today too.
Oh wow.
My daughter's softball game was actually canceled today. This came out of nowhere. Everybody was a little, little nervous about it.
That's kind of weird, Dave. Like I live about 80 minutes from Pittsburgh, okay? And I seen a post on Facebook. One of my friends posted something, and someone chimed in and saying she lives in Pittsburgh, and it's really blurry up here as well.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it a little bit.
Where I'm at, Dave, I'm about an hour, 80 minutes from Pittsburgh, and I'm crystal clear out here. I go outside, it's beautiful, sun skies, nothing bad at all. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like going toward the eastern coast.
It's a rotten smell. It's coming through people's houses. It's coming if your windows are open. You can definitely smell it. It's coming from Canada, which we do know. But they said in a day or two it should be fine. So
that's the same because I did see something like Philadelphia's in a red code or something like that.
Yeah, we're definitely in red code.
That's insane.
It's the fires from Canada. Is actually what it is. It's coming toward our direction. But they told us today it'd be a red code. Like I said, a lot of everything was canceled today. A lot of games were canceled.
Yeah, I think it was Eileen actually put something on one of the comments there, and it looked like a zombie apocalypse happening.
Yeah, it was pretty. Like I said, at one point it was pretty bad.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
they canceled everything about. I guess it was about 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon.
What are they saying? Just like, don't go outside if you have to. Wear a mask.
Don't go outside if you don't have to. Don't go outside. Keep your kids in.
Oh wow, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Man, well, I hope everybody's safe down there, and not just in Pennsylvania. I'm talking everywhere. Stay safe out there, man. You never know what smoke inhalation what can do to you. Because that's something that's really not covered under like any lawsuit or anything.
Nothing
like that.
You can do about it. It's just
you can't sue the wilderness. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, you can't. No.
Well, speaking of that, man, if you're out there driving, you have to go drive, and some idiot hits you, you fall in a hole, whatever. Listen, we got you covered here, man. Reach out. 1-800-HURT-123. Attorney Big Al, Jason Fine. Motor vehicle accidents, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims. Call him directly at the hotline, 1-800-HURT-123, or you can reach him on his cell phone, 267-962-4895. Or listen, he has 3 offices, Philadelphia, Cherry Hill, and the new office in Pittsburgh, which is my area. I'm not a lawyer, but I do work from home for that office. So reach out to me, 267-303-7324. Tell him that the 215 boys sent you here. So we can take care of you. But guys, listen, I'm telling you, I worked for Jason for approximately about 15 years now, and great guy, great boss to work with. And he's a person of the clients, no recovery, no fee. We'll take care of you. We'll promise you that. And I guarantee you, most lawyers, Dave, you know how lawyers are, Dave. They want money. They're money hungry.
That's for sure.
They charge you 40 to 50% guaranteed right off the jump. As soon as you sign your paperwork, you're already owing him $10,000. With Jason, it's totally different, Dave. I guarantee you mention 215 Boys or any show that you see, if you're watching later on, mention the show that you see. They get credit for it. Guys, I'm telling you, I guarantee if you say out of the box, you're going to sign the dotted line at 33 1/3%.
Wow.
My word. And if you don't, I'll pay you the money. How's
big,
that?
Big jump from 50.
Guarantee it. That's the out of the box family rate. 33 1/3%. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. And actually, I'm going back actually the 14th of this month, and I'm meeting with Jason. So we're having a meeting.
Wow.
We have a couple people that called in, so we're going to go over the cases this week. So yeah, great. If you guys out there, you need a lawyer, please, once again, reach out to him. And Dave, before we get out of here, one more time, Dave, talk about this.
Hey, coming your way, June 16th, 10:30 p.m. It's the Atomic Drop podcast. Wrestling. Ken Fry and I are going to be kicking it out. Very excited about it. We're talking about WWE pay-per-views, pre-pay-per-views, late pay-per-views, all kinds of different things. Check us out. Coming June 16th, 10:30, the Atomic Drop podcast. Hope to see you there.
Yes. And Dave, we talk offline all the time, and we're always trying to get guests out there, wrestling, even viewers out there that like wrestling. We're all family here. We try to get you on the show. We have fun with it,
Yeah.
We're not the type that has a bankroll where we can get this person, that person, or someone that thinks they're big and they're really not. We don't care. Now, Dave, I mentioned a word to you last night. There's a guy that I actually reached out to on Twitter, the wrestler. We talked about him.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yes. Yeah. Now, he might be hopping on, of course, and he wasn't the biggest name out there. But, man, I remember watching this dude. He was a funny dude. Was it
James Ellsworth?
Yes, James Ellsworth might be hopping on the Atomic Drop, too. So
Hey, that's great to hear. If he can jump on with us, then, I have a lot of questions for Mr. Ellsworth. So.
Me too. Listen,
maybe we'll get Paul on the show on that show. We'll go very wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, we're always looking for other guests out there. We do have a couple other guests now. We're actually trying now. For all you Cowboy fans out there, we have 9 people actually watching right now. So let us know who your favorite player is. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I reached out to Jim Jeffcoat, legend Dallas Cowboy.
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah.
And I talked to him a couple times, and he's very busy because he does a show with in Philadelphia. Not in Philadelphia, he's in Texas, of course, but he does a show with Mac and Jake on, I believe it's a Philadelphia network as well every week.
Right.
Check him out. I'll put the link in there as well. Good guy. But I was chiming into a show a couple times. I'm a weekly viewer to him. Great show. And I said something. We're talking about the Miami Heat, and he said Denver's going to win in 5 games. Okay,
that was my pick originally.
And I said, nope. Now remember, they have Tyler Hero coming back. They're playing good ball here. They're going to win 1 in Denver, which they did. And I made a bet with him. I said, if this series goes past 6 games, you're going to hop on the show, my show.
Wow.
And so, listen, I hope Miami wins 1 more game.
Well, as of now, the Nuggets are actually winning 101-87 in the fourth quarter.
I know. That sucks because I took.
And there's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. I think Denver's going to take
Miami, just win 1 more game for me. That's all I ask, so we can get Jim Jeffcoat on the show.
Yeah, I think Denver's taking game 3 tonight.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Denver's just
Looks that way.
Denver's just
They're
superior.
good, that's for sure.
They are, man. The MVP Joker's no joke.
No joke. No.
Yeah, he plays regular season and in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
he's tough to stop. That's for sure.
Almost averaging a triple double.
That Jamal Williams is good too.
Yeah, he's a good role player for Joker as well.
Yeah, they have good teams at Denver Nuggets.
Mm-hmm. But Dave, before we get out of here, man, we always do this. This is our thing here at 215 Boys. Dave, what's your final thoughts for this week, man? Until we come back next week. Dave, actually, next week we won't be on next week because I will be in Philadelphia next week.
Okay, so we'll be off next week. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So give me your 2-week final thoughts here, Dave.
Final thoughts. Okay. Parents, kids are going to get out of school. School's getting out. Have your kids, go to camps, have fun during the summertime. Enjoy the summer because they worked hard over the summer. These kids, they went to school all year. They didn't get one snow day all season. So this is their time to shine. Have a great summer. Enjoy it with those kids. And like I said, football's around the corner. So Cowboy football, if you want to go watch the Cowboys, I know we're not much Cowboy fans in Philadelphia. I understand that, but I understand that. I really do. But like I said, enjoy yourself with the kids and let them enjoy their summer because they were at school all season long. So,
agreed.
Other than that, that's all I got.
Hey, agreed 100%, man. School's out. These kids earned it. They bust their butt. We're hard on them about education, and they do their job. Let's stand by, us being parents. Of course, my kids are older. I have my niece Chelsea. We have custody of her, which we do the same thing, Dave. We try to put her in camp. She's in cheerleading camp now. We always try to keep her busy no matter what. I don't want her on the street playing video games,
right?
Handheld games. So get them out there. Other thing I want to say is everybody out there that's regarding this wildness fire, be safe, man. Please be safe.
Yeah.
If you don't need to go out, don't do it, man. Don't. It's not worth it. Nope. I mean, when you get smoke inhalation, any kind, it can be bad for you. So other than that, Dave, you said Philadelphia got no snow days.
No, actually, our kids didn't get any snow days this year. It's funny because actually they took a snow day last week. It was last Friday. They actually used a day for the kids to have one day off for that Friday because they didn't have any snow days this year.
Wow, I think up here there was like 13 snow days up where I live.
Yeah, we the only last thing we got was it laid on the street, but it was nothing to be.
No, Dave, you see the videos that I put on the
yeah,
group chat.
you got a lot of snow. We got nothing this year. It was really weird.
I think one time we got like 16 inches overnight one time, and I remember going out and shovel at 3:00 in the morning because I was up, and then I go inside, watch a movie, lay down for a little bit, and I come back.
I don't miss those days.
It's like another 6 inches,
Yeah, I don't miss those days at all. But I guess we had we had nothing this year.
Hell, I think it was snowing like maybe a month ago. I think I put it in the group chat. I was like, "You guys got to be kidding me! It's snowing up here. Take a look at this." So it's insane.
Crazy.
It's insane.
Kids actually, high school kids. I think they graduate next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there you go.
And I know
congratulations.
Right, and my daughter, her last day of school is next Wednesday.
Okay, ours are out. Ours are out. Actually, Friday's our last day.
Right. They have full days Thursday, Friday, and then next week they're all half days till Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, she's on half days as well. Friday's her last day. It's like what they call 7th grade ditch day. So who cares?
Yeah.
Have fun with it. Have fun with it. But Dave, man, you ready to get out of here, brother?
Let's get out of here. I'm ready to roll.
Hey, listen, for all you guys out there, we appreciate you tuning in. Check out all the shows, man. Monday through Saturday. Hey, who knows? We might even do something on Sunday. Who knows? You never know. With Out of the Box. It's always a possibility here at Out of the Box. So, guys, for myself, Cowboy Dave, we're out of here, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Cowboy Nation, have fun, be safe. And Dave, as we always say, what do you always tell them?
Go, boys, go.
Exactly. We'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Great.
And enjoy your weekend coming up, too.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And congratulations, class of 2023.
2023.
So have fun. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.